Welcome back to another Bargain Savage video, and today I have for you this LED work light from Dollarama. Now, there isn't a whole lot on the box. It says floodlight projector, flashlight, has 2 modes, takes 3 AA batteries with an adjustable stand, super bright LEDs. I'm going to say the first thing off my head is it's fairly light. It's from Voltax. And back of the box says operation to cycle through modes. Press the power button repeatedly, so the instructions are on the back of the box here. Maybe I'll take a photograph of that and stick it up at the end of the video like I usually do. Gonna say a special thanks to Drago Rose. I hope I said that right. Now you can see here, he says, great review. Hey, are you still planning to do a work light comparison? Can you link it in the video description? Well, I will link it in the video description and I'll stick it in the comments so you get a notification. And if you want to see some videos that I've been taking my sweet time on, you mention it in the comments. I do read and listen to the comments, and I usually respond to the comments as long as they're not silly. So now, this is fairly light. It's got a little rubber switch on the back here and a battery compartment like it says on the box. 3 AA's. Well, I didn't know that. Has another flashlight right there. So let's get some AA's in here. And hopefully we're off to a good start when I hit the button. There we go. So yes, it does work. 1 click turns it on, 1 click turns it off. Now on my Mastercraft battery, if you don't push this all the way down, you just give it a little push, then it changes. But that's not how this one works. Looks like every click is just one or the other. So it's going to turn this one on, off, this one on, off. All right, pretty straightforward. I don't want to look too much into this, but judging by that, I'm going to say that this does not hold a candle to the Mastercraft one, which is quite a bit more money. But we're going to do a Lumen test on this one, and then I also have an EverBrite, and then I have the great big Mastercraft one right there. And this thing is quite heavy. This one, it's got some weight to it for sure. And this one feels like the only weight in it is the 3 AA's. All right, let's get the light meter out. Right here. And my Lumen stick. All right. If you don't know about this, other videos have cut this length for the proper measurement to hold it from the sensor to the light to convert lux to lumen. So I'm going to shut all the lights off and we'll get some lumen comparison tests. Okay. We'll fire up the lux meter and we'll try and get a reading. I'm going to go directly over top of one of the LEDs. And it says about 700. Anywhere from 690 to 700 lumen. Now I'm going to try and do it right in the center of the 2 bulbs. I think that's a little bit more there. They were about 720 lumen. We'll shut this off, do the flashlight. I can definitely tell that the flashlight is a lot weaker, but I also have the handle in the way there. That's going to help things. So I still think it's less lumen on this. Well, all right. It's about 1250. So now the reason we're getting that is, I don't know if you can tell here on the focus on the table, but it's very concentrated in one little small area here. Like when I have the Lumen stick on here, I have a really concentrated area of about oh, I'm gonna say 2.5 inches. Now, and then the rest is fairly shadowed. And when I do it like this, it is spread out for probably 18-inch circle probably. So it's definitely better at casting light. Yeah, see, when I shine it at the wall, I can definitely tell the center is a lot more focused on the flashlight part of that. So let's compare that to our EverBrite. Yeah, you can tell that this is a lot brighter right off the hop. This is a single bulb. It's only got one bubble on it. So this is telling me this is approximately 2000 lumen. And it is pretty bright. It's got 2 settings on it. And let's try the big Mastercraft one. This is the brightest setting. And this one here is saying with 1700 lumen. Now, I don't really believe that this one is dimmer than the other one. I'm just gonna take some practice shots on the wall here. Okay, so when I put these on the wall, yeah, this little EverBrite is definitely brighter. And a lot whiter light too. So now the flashlight is very concentrated into one spot. 10,000 lumens, if you can believe that, right to the focal point. But if you just move it off to the side, it's only about 750 to 800. And that is just a little bit over. And you get that big variation. Like, it is very focaled on the flashlight. I don't even believe that that could be possible, that that's what it's reading. So I'm either reading this meter wrong, or this thing is super bright centered. Yeah, so this is saying like 12,000 lumen. I'm absolutely shocked at that. And this here is about 700 lumen. Okay, so one thing more I'm going to add about this, and I'm going to try and get the shadow casted here. I don't know if we'll be able to see this on camera. Well, I guess if I point it right at myself. So now you can see it's got a nice circle on this side, but the flashlight seems to be too far back, so the case is cutting it off on a flat line on this side. When you cast that onto a wall or out, I would say because of the case being there, you are most likely losing a good 15 to 20% of your light output on the circle. And it's very shadowed on the outside. So right now I'm shining it against the wall. It's approximately, here, we'll do it on the back wall. So there you can see the flat at the top here, and then it's a circle at the bottom. So I would say it's covering up at least 15 to 20% of the light output. Now you can see here that the shadow, besides from the really bright center point, the outside is not very bright on this at all, but it is very bright in the center. So, I mean, for $4, heck of a flashlight, but it is not super great by any means. Okay, so what do I think of this? Well, for $4, it's a great little flashlight and floodlight to put in your car, cupboard, drawer for an emergency purpose. Works good. What would I compare it to the Mastercraft light? This thing is definitely a lot beefier, throws a bigger span of light out. And how would I compare it to the little EverBrite, which is pretty close to the same. This one is actually a little bit bigger, and this one here has some magnets on the back of it so you can actually stick it to something steel. This one was $4. This one was $10 on sale at Canadian Tire, and I couldn't see myself buying any more of these $4 ones when these $10 ones are way better, unless you wanted to have the little added feature of the light, the flashlight on the side, which I think is pretty much useless, considering this one is probably brighter than the flashlight itself in a bigger area, not just concentrated into one center focal point of light. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed this review, and if you did, then please hit that like button, and if you haven't already subscribed, then hit that subscribe button too. I'd really appreciate it. Have a great day.